Hello, 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 and welcome, my Sagittarian collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs. Welcome to your Truth About Your Twin Flame read for June 2020. Or Timeless. I am your reader, Angelo, Lyons, Mal for short, professional witch, professional intuitive, president of Joining the Circle Productions, and very happy to be serving you this lovely day in June, or whenever you're watching this. Glad to be of service. If you are new to my channel, please do consider liking the video, subscribing to my channel, hitting the notification bell, because I am putting out content pretty much every single day in one form or another, and feel free to comment in the comment section because I do like the feedback. If you are a returning subscriber, thank you so much for your subscription, and welcome back. We're doing things a little bit different this time with the Twin Flame reads. It's still a contract read. What is a Twin Flame? It is a form of soul contract, an agreement written into the very lives that you incarnate into so that different souls can play different roles and evolve their souls in different ways. A soulmate and a twin flame are two different forms of soul contracts, but the big difference is that a soulmate, you help each other heal. You have many of them in one lifetime, not just one. Same thing with the twin flame. You have many of them, not just one, except you teach each other how to heal yourselves. You teach each other how to love yourselves. And if you catch the language of that, it's not that much fun, right? They are transformative, turbulent, often traumatic, triggering relationships that teach you how to love yourself, because they can't give you by contract. You can't by contract give each other love that each of you want, only what you need, which is sometimes tough love, which is sometimes very, very hard. Nor, again, are they all sexual romantic, because a parent can be a twin flame contract. Cool, cool, you with me? That being said, we are going to look at it as a contract rather than doing divine masculine, divine feminine. We're going to have the zodiac sign on this side, and we're going to have the twin over here. So none of that having to figure out divine masculine, divine feminine, at least this time around. I didn't want to do these reads because I was like, the world's on fire. Who cares about twin flames? And they were like, do it this way. I was like, oh, because they're answering three questions here. Question number one: how does this twin flame contract transform me? If that's what it's about, okay, I'm in. How is it already transformed me? How is it transforming me right now? The second one, a bit more about the future. How can I work it? Right? So, okay, particularly if you're married to the person, right? What if they are a parent, a co-worker, a boss, right? A brother, a sister, or whatever? How do I work it? Like, how can I navigate my way through this wisely and well and get what I'm supposed to get out of this contract? Because I agreed to it before I came in, I just don't remember it, right? And the third one, which I think is the most important, the big payoff, and I love this one: how is this twin flame making me a better soulmate? Because you need lots of twin flames, that you learn how to be the mate of your own soul, which makes you a better soulmate in soulmate contracts, including the romantic sexual variety. So whether or not this is a sexual romantic twin flame contract read we're about to look at, oh, Scorpio definitely was. The reading before this one, Sag, believe me, the cards have a way of letting us know that. But even if it's not, it's still contributing to you being a better soulmate, but you gotta take the lessons, right? You gotta do the growth itself. So take a nice deep breath, take what resonates, leave what does not. This is a general read, and let's get down on it. Let's get down on it. Get down on it. Come on and get down on it. Yeah, that's a little sexual. Focus on your breath. I will do the same. We'll all be in the present moment, and I'll get you the guidance and grace that I can. All the decks that I read are in the description box all the way at the bottom. Got to give credit where credit is due. Starting with the Caroline Mace archetype deck. I will call them out as I go. Have a nice deep breath. Because that first real deep breath clears my energy field. Unplugs me a little bit from this world and plugs me into my pantheons. My collective pantheons of angels, goddesses, gods, masters, and the higher selves of all involved. Please, what is the dominant archetype for this Sagittarian, in this Sagittarian Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign twin flame contract for June 2020, or timeless, whenever they're supposed to be watching this, receiving this information, this guidance, this grace? What is it that they are alchemizing from lead to gold, healing from shadow to light in this twin flame contract for June 2020, or Did you see my eyes were closed the entire time shuffling? Hopefully you say that is yes, because they were. It's the same card Scorpio got. It is the Don Juan archetype, literally. I mean, I know it's a little humid out, but I shuffle these cards plenty in between. Oh my goodness gracious. And that's one of the cards that I would say, yeah, this is probably a romantic sexual contract here. Go good God. The shadow attribute. I mean, look at it. There it is. Don Juan. Look at it. It's very Gomez Adams. Shadow attribute. Using the power of romantic attraction for private agenda. And what's your private agenda? Right? Do you even know what your private agenda is that you would be using your romantic, whatever's power of seduction to get something hidden worked out? We all do it. The light attribute spotlights your positive seductive qualities. What are your positive seductive qualities? You know, like I think of some spiritual teachers like Tony Robbins. I have a thing for Tony Robbins. He's just so tall. I like tall. I just like tall. But he's like very seductive because he's been through hell and back so many times. You can see that he's pretty genuine. He's so tall. Oh, that plunge pull moment. Let's keep going. So the Don Juan archetype here is the dominant one going on for you here, my Sagittarian. So let's keep going. Card 1 of 13. We're off to a roll, but seriously, if you're dealing with a Scorpio or have any Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus in Scorpio, go watch the Scorpio read. That's bizarre. I think I'd be used to that by now. I'm not. Nice deep breath. Daughters of the Moon Tarot. Daughters of the Moon Tarot, please, my goddesses, a simple timeline for this Sagittarian collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs in this twin flame contract. We're not even looking at the twin yet. I want to see where they are in their twin flame process. This one in particular, first card, where have they been? Where has this Don Juan been in this twin flame? Where is he? It's Don Juan, it means Father One. Don Juan archetype, where are they now? This could be either gender, obviously. No, I'll take another one. Where are they headed in this twin flame contract, please, my goddesses? Here we go. Where you been? Well, you've been in the divine masculine energy, the Emperor. Perhaps there are some control things. Is the first thing that really popped in there, was perhaps taking control of some things in your life, a bit more of the masculine. Well, and I mean, the Don Juan family is the wild card family, but I mean, it definitely has, in terms of its seductive power, a yin and a yang, in the sense that the overt Don Juan seduction going for somebody predatory in a way, but also in the receptive, the yin, right? Allowing it to be magnetic and to allow them to come to you like bait. Bait and switch. Then this is definitely more of that active side of that. Perhaps making plans, right, as the Emperor is known to do. Also, because this is a feminist deck, they took the card of the Emperor and the card of the Hierophant and sort of amalgamated them together, sort of synthesized them together. So there is also a thing about procedural growth here, too. So I really like the vibe on the card itself. Intuitively, it feels like you are coming from this sort of organic yang, healthy, masculine, balanced energy that has a sexual component to it. Where are you now in this? The Ace of Blades, the Sibyl. The Ace of Swords, new communications coming through, but particularly might be new ideas coming through, new ways of looking at things. Seed thoughts, S-E-E-D, seed thoughts, like, oh, that's interesting, like an acorn. Oh, out of that could come an entire oak tree, mentally speaking. It is the Oracle of Delphi there, so, you know, if there's any sort of, like, psychic, mystical, who's-what's going on in your crown and your third eye and your throat, etc., then, be aware of it, because then that is often the indication of energy, divine energy, moving, particularly with the Emperor. No, it's just okay. They just reflexed in my mind. This is the card of the Emperor, the Hierophant, but the card of the Emperor in the Mythic Tarot is Zeus, and Zeus sits in the throne of Sagittarius for me, so they just connected dots here for me. So to take that even as a Zeus kind of card, with the Don Juan, you feeling me? But ooh, now you're looking at it differently. Well, maybe not looking at it differently, but getting a new thing to to look at. And what comes from that? Well, you put it into action, PDQ. You got the card of the witch. This also came up in the Scorpio reading I just did, and that's why I've been pulling the cards one at a time instead of top three, so that we'd have less chance of repetition like that. So 2 major arcana cards down, the Emperor, the Ace of Blades, and the Witch. Definitely a masculine energy here in terms of the Don Juan putting their seduction into the world. But remember, with the Witch, if this is literal spellcraft, if this is like love magic, attraction magic, love magic is the most dangerous form of spell work around because it involves the fickleness of the human heart. Oh, good God, help us all. Save us all from love spells. Cast enough of them myself to know I got them astral burns. You got to buy a lot of astral glide to lube those out. Just to say that be careful. Be careful, because there is an initiation here. This is definitely a divine masculine energy expressing itself in a seductive manner. This could be the beginning of a twin flame rather than a soulmate, so I would suggest make sure you know what you're getting into. Well, twin flames are soul contracts. You're going to go through them anyway, but at least know what you're going to... Read the contract. Read the contract. I come from lawyers. Read the contract. So now we'll look at party number 2, the twin themselves. Take a nice deep breath. I'm in. I mean, I can tell whether I'm completely plugged into a read or not, but as soon as it gets like an interesting storyline, you know, it's just that extra little percentage of like, what happens next? Breathe. Figures for Sagittarians. Here we go. My collective pantheons of angels, goddesses, gods, masters, and the higher selves of all involved. Please, just one card. Just one card. Who is the twin in the Sagittarian collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign twin flame contract for June 2020 or timeless whenever they are watching this? Uh-oh. 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 Just MC Hammered you. The victim archetype. Oh, snap. Now, keep in mind, everybody has the victim archetype, okay? It's one of the 4 survival archetypes. Go read Sacred Contracts by Carolyn Mace. Brilliant, life-changing book. Brilliant, life-changing book. Everybody has the child, the victim, the saboteur, and the archetype. It's how we learn how to survive, hence the survival family of archetypes, the power of survival. Stuff we learned from our tribes, from our families, from our societies, just from go. Since the moment we came out the womb, and for some of us even before. Look into rebirthing. We are looking at a very, very powerful thing in a twin flame dynamic. The shadow attribute playing the victim for positive feedback in the form of pity, inability to maintain personal boundaries. See, the thing is when somebody's in the victim place, it doesn't matter what you do, they're going to take it like a victim. And we all do that. We all do that. I'm not saying they're wrong or they're bad, and certainly victims need blessings, they need healing, they need more love, not less. But now catch the golden side, if you will, the light attribute, which is the victor, as in victory, right? Not victim, victor, and overcoming. Prevents you from letting yourself be victimized or victimizing others. Like, even just that, to alchemize for somebody to learn that. I mean, twin flame contracts are kind of sort of famous for this sort of stuff, because learning the victim archetype, the victim/victor archetype, is the guardian of boundaries and self-esteem. But self-esteem isn't a noun, it's a verb, and it's ongoing. That's why it's part of the survival process of learning how to estimate your own value. Yes, the ego is going to do that, but the soul, remember this is a soul contract, is always going to move you towards its own healing and its own expansion. In any relationship, twin flames, you could get knocked around a lot. So here you are, you're kind of set up to play the victimizer here, unless this victim archetype is already in that place of being a victimizer, because victim, you sort of get, it's like every victimizer was at some point a victim. That makes sense? Even though everybody has the archetype, I can talk about that. I do talk about that for hours. Go look at my Vimeo stuff, the workshops I did, Magic, Miracles, and Mysticism on archetypes. Let's do the same, however, right now, using the Mythic Tarot. Same thing, timeline, past, present, future. That will be really the first half of the reading, and then the rest is pretty much Oracle with a mantra card at the end, but that's all about the healing. These are the 2 in the contract, then we'll look at the contract as a whole. Nice deep breath. as I ask my gods, Zeus in particular, if you would please, this who's the twin here? Show us this victim twin here in this Sagittarian collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign twin flame contract for June 2020 or timeless in terms of their participation in this twin flame contract. And we'll call all three out here as victim, as victimizer, or as victor in victory. Where has this twin victim, victor, victory archetype been in this contract? Where are they now? Oh, there you are in this contract. And where are they headed in this? That one did not feel right. Where are they headed in this contract? I can get it right. I can get it right. Where is this twin victim, victimizer, victor headed in this twin flame contract? Please just put it right in my hands. Thank you very much. Did not see it. Okay, sorry. Little jumbled. Where's the twin been? Well, the twin blend, believe it or not, has the card of victory, has the Six of Flames in the recent past, right? Six of Wands in this deck. You know, you think of Six of Wands, Rider-Waite Tarot, like on the horse, like with the pennants flying, and, you know, all this great, yay! The laurel wreaths, bay laurel, right? Victory. So really, to speak of a victim archetype, this might be somebody who is victorious at least in this context of this contract of where they have been. So that's really nice to see. That's like a nice, it's a twist. It's a twist. Where are they now? Seven of Cups, a little daydreamy. Definitely imagining and feeling and wanting and visualizing and maybe not seeing so clearly. Maybe the emotional field is casting some clouds here. Now that could be for better or for worse. I mean, sometimes that could be emotional worry as well. But coming from a place of victory, well, sometimes even after victory, people have won and then they go right back into that, you know, worry mode. I'm not getting that, though. I'm getting that this person really does have dreams and things that they want and heart's desires that they do dream about and very much want to manifest. But with the Queen of Cups in the future of where they're going to play that card later. They're going to hold, it's a Scorpio card, it's Helen of Troy. She's going to be quiet about this for right now, and really, if you look at her, oh, there's no way you can see this unless you know the deck. She's got not so much her eyes closed, but looking down into the cup, like you sort of, you know, like that sort of non-moving bow. And when someone just kind of goes like that, it's very Chi-Chi Rodriguez at the end of Tu Wong Fu. Thanks for everything, Julie Newmar. It's very that, right? Very, very Scorpio. Very, very something hidden here. Just be careful, Don Juan archetype Sagittarian you. This person does have dreams, does have aspirations. I mean, who doesn't really? But there's a sensitivity that I'm getting there, and their boundaries might be weakening because of you, but there is something hidden going on here as well that you probably do not know about. Oh, but check the Scorpio reading. Like I said, also has the Don Juan in that one, except it's in the Scorpio, not the twin. So we'll see how this plays out, shall we? Let's keep going now that we've got our past, present, future, our timelines for both the twin and my Saggy crabby ass. We're going to ask, I love this deck for this. Took the Chuck Spezzano Love Pack, got the problem suit here and got the other three suits, luck, healing, and grace here. Let's find out what's the problem. This is where the lawyer in me comes out. Raised by one. Can one be a lawyer by, well, stepfather, so I guess that's not technically genetic. Empathic? Yeah, good enough for me. Breathe. And I call him Zeus. Please, my ascended masters of twin flame contract. What's the problem here? What is the problem that you can show us? Just one piece? Might be lots of them, but just what's the dominant problem here in this Sagittarian collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign twin flame contract for June 2020 or timeless, please? Simple and easy. Loneliness. Oh, it's such a sad affair. Don't you remember you told me you love me, baby? I think we got that song. I think we've got the title of this one. Said you'd be coming back this way again, baby. Superstar. Baby, 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 oh baby. I love you. Oh dear. I think we know why that song came through my head. Oh, Don Juan, what have you done? Well, it's a soul contract. And just because the lonely card is on that side doesn't mean it's just the victim that's feeling that way. It's now all the other cards are about the contract in total. Breathe. My Ascended Masters of Twin Flame contracts, please. So what is the remedy? If that is the problem, what is the solution or the remedy? Unless it's a predicament that they have to grow through, which is usually what a Twin Flame contract is. A predicament more than a problem, no solution, but the only way out is through. What is the piece of luck, the piece of healing, the piece of grace? That is either their remedy, their solution, or their healing agent through for this Twin Flame contract. Sagittarian Collective, June 2020, are timeless. Happiness, and I can tell you right now that's going to be about finding your own happiness. That's what Twin Flames are for. To teach you to find your own inherent happiness, meaning a happiness that's not dependent upon what anybody else says or does. Now, there is a mantra for that in the Matt Con deck. That's the last deck we're going to pull. We'll see if that one pulls. If not, I'll probably mention it anyway, just because. Because now we're going to ask the Healing with the Angels Oracle. In other words, imagine this angel that's sort of like, of all the healing angels, this is the one that is going to be the most available to you this month for what you are both going through individually and collectively. Cool? Cool. Let's ask the angels. Healing with the Angels Oracle, Doreen Virtue. Breathe. My angels and my archangels, please. One card in clarity for the Sagittarian Collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign. In their Twin Flame contract here involving this Don Juan and this victim archetype, what is the angel extending hands to both of them in this contract for healing? The Healing with the Angels archetype, June 2020, or timeless. Surrender and release. I keep seeing this over and over and over again in these reads. It feels like what we're going through on planet Earth. That's all I'm going to say about it. What we're going through on planet Earth is really making people accelerate quickly, and some of the Twin Flame contracts are falling away. Like, we're completing them. Like, we're the end of the world as we know it. Time to cancel some contracts. In other words, all you have to do ultimately is survive them. But surrender and release. So call to the angel of surrender and release. It might be emotional release, mental release. Maybe you never see each other again. I don't get that feeling, though. Let's just keep going. Let's just keep going. Let's ask the higher selves of all involved. In other words, your higher self and their higher self both going to pick a card. Breathe. One of the Whisper of Love Oracle cards. Please, the higher selves of all involved. One card in clarity. What is the message? What is the Whisper of Love from the higher self, the higher selves of all involved for both this Don Juan and this victim in this Scorpio Collective? Victim, victor, victimizer, Twin Flame contract, Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign, Twin Flame contract, June 2020, or timeless. Please just put the card right in my hand. Nope. Please put the card right in my hand for these two. All right. Appreciate this moment. Each and every situation has an opportunity to grow and find love. Where they both are right now, right? Because it says appreciate this moment. I would think that'd be when you're watching this pretty much. So for my Scorpio, it's that there's new information coming through, like literally right now, kind of, sort of. But not just because of this reading. The reading is an external pointer of that there's another way of seeing this, something that perhaps has been unconsidered before, that you as a Don Juan might be very interested in terms of what you initiate next in this Twin Flame reading, considering, you don't have to say, I don't know if you could tell, but she really looks like Piper Halliwell. Just saying. Just realize that after all these years. With that angel of surrender and release, that she really looks like Piper Halliwell. She really looks like Holly Marie Combs. Just saying. Sorry, a little distracting there. But with that angel of surrender and release there, and to appreciate this moment, like appreciate what's going on right here. Each and every situation has an opportunity to grow and to find love, particularly then moving forward into this initiatory part of the witch ahead of you. The witch, the magician. Last card down, and then we'll do the overview. What is the healing mantra here? Because particularly with this, appreciate this moment, and with this loneliness, there's definitely a separation. I mean, I'm going to pop up the picture and look at them all together as one. But, yeah, the empathic part of this, just feeling it on this side. Not even though the loneliness card is on this side, it's pervasive, but it feels a little bit like the scales are a little bit more weighted this way. So my ascended masters of twin flame contracts, please, what is the perfect healing mantra for this Scorpio collective, sun, moon, rising? Sorry, did I say Scorpio? Please, what is the perfect, it's because the Scorpio card is right there. Please, my ascended masters, what is the perfect healing mantra for this Sagittarian collective, sun, moon, rising, Venus sign, twin flame contract for June 2020 or timeless, involving this Don Juan archetype and this victim, victimizer, victory archetype? Please, the perfect, I can feel the loneliness here, and I can feel that there's happiness in there for them to embrace, that there's reason to be happy, and I don't like that word reason, but please, what is really the perfect healing mantra for the uncovering confidence? I am the missing piece that completes the puzzle of the universe. Good. Okay. Not the one I was thinking about. The one that I was thinking about, the mantra is I allow myself to be content exactly as I am. It's about happiness. But this is, I think, more fitting, particularly for the Don Juan. I am the missing piece that completes the puzzle of the universe. Uncovering confidence would also certainly then give a re-estimation to the victim, victimizer, victor archetype, considering it is about boundaries and self-esteem. I'm going to read it from the little bookie book, but I am the missing piece that completes the puzzle of the universe really does speak to unity consciousness. That would also, I would think, do something about the problem of loneliness, because you can't possibly hold a state of authentic loneliness and be in the presence of pure unity, even though we're always in the presence of pure unity. You know what I mean? So there's a healing thing there. So let's go have a look. Let's have a look. Uncovering confidence, and then I will pop up the big picture. We'll magic clap it up, and I'll see what else jumps. I am the missing piece that completes the puzzle of the universe. When confidence is uncovered, you are living from a space of renewed purpose. Okay, you know your place in the cosmos, and you are an expression of eternal light. Each of us obviously is. There is no wavering on decisions or second-guessing your instincts. Confidence allows you the peace of mind to stand tall in your truth and to move forward courageously, knowing anything that comes your way can only inspire the gift of endless expansion. So that is really getting that in terms of this twin flame contract, should you choose to work this mantra, no matter who's watching this, Sagittarius or cross-watcher. Well, let me just get this last bit here. Ideal for resolving insecurities, easing personal concerns, and finding true safety in your body and the world. This is very, very much dealing with a lot of the victim archetype stuff, just in terms of a survival archetype itself. But I am going to say it takes, if I'm hearing this right and feeling this right, the Don Juan's going to have no problem working that mantra. You feeling me? I am the missing piece that completes the puzzle of the universe, and let's cast me in the next role, please. With that surrender and release, ready to move on, appreciating this moment. But this one might hold on to it for a while, so be careful, be kind, Don Juan. That there's a way for you to fulfill your role in this contract. You may not be able to give this person what they want, the love that they want, but that doesn't mean you still can't be loving, honoring their boundaries, keeping an eye on your own, and really spotlighting your positive, seductive qualities like perhaps friendship and honesty. Just saying. Let's pop up the picture and see what reveals itself, shall we? Magic clap. as we start with my Sagittarian as the shadow attribute of the Don Juan, using the power of romantic attraction for private agenda, or moving into the light attribute spotlights your positive seductive qualities, and honestly with Pan, the Emperor, the Hierophant, and that Jupiter Zeus thing I felt before, going on the past, absolutely where you've been in this contract was one of using that seduction in a very yang sort of masculine way, but now you are seeing things differently. Perhaps something was revealed to you, or a new idea is coming in right now where you're really kind of getting, I need to be careful here. I am dealing with somebody who has been victimized. I mean, who hasn't? But this is a contract, not a chance meeting. And then moving forward into that witch to deal with this, let's call it what it is, wisely and well, right? To use your free will in alignment with divine will to really incarnate something healing, at least for you. You're learning how to heal yourself, how to be a better soulmate. Put that into process here, because we are dealing with the victim archetype here in the twin, the shadow attribute, playing the victim for positive feedback in the form of pity, inability to maintain personal boundaries, which everybody goes through that. Doesn't matter what age you are, you learn it when you're supposed to learn it in the divine plan of the unfolding of your soul's journey. But the light attribute here prevents you from letting yourself be victimized or victimizing others. That could very much be what she's a she. I shouldn't just say she. I'm just so used to doing divine masculine, divine feminine with these, but it's also a female drawn on the card. Whoever this twin is, really, that's what they're learning here if they have not yet. And what's interesting, coming from a place of the Six of Wands, there has been victory. I feel like the initial thing that might have brought these two together might have been very seductive and very successful, very victorious. Like, might have been a personal triumph for each of them in some way. But now she's got some ideas in her head. There's this yearning, this longing, this dreaming that maybe not everything is as she wants them to be, or hopes them to be, or thinks them to be. Seven of Cups can certainly be a card, yes, of visualization and planning and dreaming, but it can also be of delusion, addiction, and codependence, particularly if there is a rescue fantasy for a victim archetype in play. And with that Queen of Cups coming, definitely Scorpion influence, meaning Scorpio, 8th house, other people's resources, money, sex, power, hidden agendas, hidden stuff, hidden emotion. But on the deeper, more positive side of that, perhaps an exploration of the interior world and transformation, the embracing of the shadow, the re-estimation of self. And we certainly see, with the problem here being loneliness and with the remedy being happiness, a grace card, the grace of happiness, if you want to say it that way, that can only come from within. So to call upon the angels of surrender and release, to appreciate this moment, getting that each and every situation has an opportunity to grow and find love. So I must surrender and release what I thought this was, right? Feels like the Don Juan's got that easier there with that Ace of Blades coming in, although of course they could refute it and fight it too. And with the Seven of Cups currently having a bit of the emotional cloudiness in the third eye. So to appreciate this moment, it's going to take some surrender and release to get that every situation has an opportunity to grow and find love. And from that, to walk away, to heal, to engender within themselves, to uncover confidence. With the mantra, I am the missing piece that completes the puzzle of the universe. Whoever is doing that in this contract will really benefit from that. And I feel like overall, the Don Juan doesn't have a problem with that, not with that Emperor in the past and that witch in the future, but with the victim. This would really be of benefit to them, which would, then be a benefit not just to this contract, but to their lives and to the well-being of all. Look, to say it again, everybody has the victim archetype. It's not like the Don Juan created a victim. No, they're set up that way, soul lesson-wise, so to speak, because you're not a Don Juan to everybody and you don't play victim to everybody. It just plays out in different contracts throughout the spectrum of life. But that doesn't mean that this is not a very, 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 very powerful thing for both of them if they both want to take it. So may the Sagittarian collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs be blessed with all that they need in this twin flame contract to heal, to learn, to grow, to be the best that they can be, and fulfill their role in the divine plan for the well-being of all. So mote it be. And thank you so much for watching. So it is. Please like the video, subscribe. This was an intense one, a very psychological one, but there you have it. There's the work. So wishing you the very, very best and the very blessed of it all. Thank you. Hail, farewell, and blessed, blessed be.